fresh out the box.
Fresh California plums.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Fresh Film Fridays, the podcast where two dudes pick the newest movies that are streaming or in theaters and discuss them. Today we are talking about 2022's No Exit, which was directed by Damien Power. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Justin.
Yeah, this was fun. This was a little bit different than what I was expecting. I liked it. I just want to start off with saying I liked it.
Okay. I mean, it's part of, I forgot what it's called, but Hulu has like a horror segment or something, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Into the Darkness or something like that.
Yeah. You got to go into it expecting a Hulu movie. You know, it's not a major blockbuster horror film, so.
What are other Hulu movies, though? Oh, well, you know what did we do? Tentacles, right? Was that another, like, straight-to-Hulu scary movie?
There's a ton of horror films for Hulu. Like, Hulu has a ton of just Hulu films.
And this is one of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I kind of thought it was going to suck. Like, just looking at the poster and...
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I've seen way worse.
You know what I really appreciated about it?
The Allstate guy.
Yeah, well, that, yeah. The Allstate guy, which I kind of feel like he was almost a little, like, too good for this movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Why don't we do this? We're going to go do a returning segment first, and then we'll go into our thoughts about it. So last week we had my roommate Shaggy. So he came on, gave a quick recap of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake or whatever the fuck it was. And now we're gonna have Shaggy come in and do the same thing for No Exit. So let's see Shaggy's recap. But yeah, feel free to tell him.
Yeah, I'll give him the 411.
Dude, 411 used to cost like $1. Remember that?
You call and like somebody would pick up and you'd be like, yeah, last name is Lawless and Avon. It's like there's 10. I'm like, I don't know.
All right, that'll be $8.
Alec's dead.
Alec's dead. And then you go to the mall and you just like call like 1-800-collect and you'd be like, you have a call from, it's like, they'd be like, accept, I guess. I used to do that all the time from the mall. I would just call people.
So Shaggy randomly just watched it?
I guess so. Yeah, he already watched it and then he said he'd watch it again. So
nice.
We will see.
It's dedication.
I know, he's always watching stuff. He loves baseball and movies.
That Shaggy's always watching stuff.
He is. He's either watching something or playing a baseball video game or in Turkey mixing music for some band. He's a jack of all trades.
Oh.
He never stops.
Yeah, I'm going on cheap seats tonight for the new Kingsman movie.
Yeah, what is that? What's the Kingsman?
It's like the British Secret Service movies, but they're not like, it's not like James Bondy. It's more like
the British Secret Service movie, but not James Bond. It's like, well, what is it?
It's not like as serious. You've never seen any of the Kingsman movies?
I've like seen him advertise, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. It's pretty good.
I just watched DMZ. Have you heard of that one?
I don't think so.
Oh, this is gonna be your new movie, your new show, Justin.
Oh, it's got Rosario Dawson on it?
Yep, Rosario Dawson. It's a graphic novel miniseries. I just watched
Benjamin Bratt.
Sure does. Just watched the first 3 episodes last night, though. There he is.
What up?
Shaggy.
He's back.
Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we got some good Twitter reception. So Justin had some thoughts for you.
Nice.
Yeah. So Shaggy, welcome back.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, dude, I had some good Twitter comments where people wanted more Shaggy. So I was talking to Alec, and we figured, because you just so happened to see this as well.
Yeah.
We figured it'd be cool if we gave you like an actual set time limit. So I'm gonna time you for 2 minutes, right?
All right.
I'll give you like a 10-second warning before it's officially done. And your objective is to describe this movie as much as possible within that allotted time.
All right. I think I could do that.
All right. I'm going to hit start in 3, 2, 1.
All right. You got a movie about some chick who's in a hospital and then she escapes or whatever and gets stuck in a snowstorm. And then you got some terrible fucking CGI, for the worst I've seen in a long time. You know, she's trying to go see her mom, but of course her family hates her, so she does drugs. And then she's like ODs in the car. And then while she's OD'd, like the girl from The Ring is looking at her, and then the cop comes, wakes her up. And, you know, there's a lot of foreshadowing in this movie, which I love foreshadowing, you know. And you also know you're fucked when you walk into a bar or a hotel or something and there's like 3 or 4 people and they want to play a card game to pass the time. Like if anybody's seen a horror movie, you know you're fucked from the beginning. And also, why is there already caution tape around the bathroom door? Like nothing happened in this horror movie, or did another horror movie happen? I can't figure it out, you know. And then for some reason she's knocking to go into the bathroom of the men's room, but no guy's gonna care. That's a small side fact. Anyway, you know, you got the Allstate guy, which was fucking awesome. I love him. He's actually great. And then he keeps talking about going outside to a tree to go get cell phone service. But if you look outside, there's all fucking trees around them. So what tree is he talking about? You know, his wife Sandy is some crazy psycho bitch. And then anyway, yeah, the girl sees a van in the parking lot. She gets curious, finds that there's a girl who's kidnapped in there, and then I don't know. She keeps going in and out of the bar, trying to get her out of there or whatever.
15 seconds, Shaggy.
Shit. Oh man. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, a lot of shit happens. They get a nail gun, start shooting people, and yeah, like how many nails does it take to kill somebody? And then the cop shoots the wrong person. And then what the fuck happened to the little girl at the end of it?
Time.
All right. That was it.
Shaggy, that was the Shaggy segment, and you surprisingly covered a lot of the movie with that too.
Oh my god, I love at the end. You're like, there's just like a nail gun, and it's like
the 15. I like the timer at the end because I lost my composure. I was like, shit. Felt like I didn't cover half the movie because there were just so many absurd little facts that I saw. But I don't know. I liked it. It was pretty good. You know, I like the twisty turny thriller movies. You know,
1 out of 10. How many Shaggies would you give this?
I'd give this a solid 6 or a 7. It's definitely one of those like twisty movies that I got to go back and watch again to catch everything, because you know, which I like though. I think that makes a good movie when you got to watch it a second time to fully catch everything. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a good rating because IMDb gave it a 6.1. So.
Oh wow! And I don't look at the ratings, to be honest with you. I normally disagree with Rotten Tomatoes, and IMDb. I've found my ratings are closer to what their ratings are. I guess I don't know, but yeah, I never look at the ratings before I watch something.
That's probably good.
Yeah,
you know, so you can go in unbiased.
Yeah, try to at least.
Thank you again. We love having this.
My pleasure.
We'll get you on for a real episode soon. We'll get you
full. No, good man. Shit, the 2-minute rundown was a nice exercise.
All right. Well, thanks again, Shaggy.
Hey, thank you guys, and I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I'll see you in the kitchen.
Yeah, see you in the kitchen. Later, guys.
See you, man.
Noticed a couple flaws. For example, you know, she broke into this person's car to leave the drug clinic she was at. What would have happened if that car was like on empty?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we don't know like a lot about her like history or whatever. We know she's been in and out of rehab a lot just from the little dialogue where it's like she says to that one woman like, "Oh, I remember that story you told fucking 6 months ago or whatever." So you're right. We don't know anything about her. We don't know if she's a criminal, if she knows how to hijack cars or whatever, or you know, whatever it is. Oh my god.
Hot wire?
Yeah, hot wire car. We don't know anything about her. I mean, her family doesn't like her really. But you're right. That car could have been a flat. It could have, who knows? Who knows what that car could have been? Could have been a Tesla.
I don't know what drug that was taped to the rearview mirror or whatever. But it made her fall asleep. And then the cop found her and she's driving this like clearly rear wheel only vehicle up a hill in like a blizzard.
Right.
And then she ended up going to this welcome center, which looked like incredibly run down. The bathroom was under construction, like Shaggy said. And she walked in and there were 4 other people kind of just hanging out, also stuck there.
Well, even like before that, I kind of was, because we have no idea what this movie's going to be. I mean, all we know is this girl just escaped a rehab center and is going to see her mom, and they don't want to see her. The mom and sister like, just stay away from us. But she also steals that woman's phone, I'm assuming, too, because she has it with her. And she's pretty resourceful because I'm not a heroin addict and I can't remember most phone numbers. So She's pretty good. She can remember most phone numbers. But anyway, so I thought the cop for a second. I was like, I wonder if this is like sort of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre Hills Have Eyes, where like the cop is like working to get people into this place. So that's what I thought at first, because I was like, why wouldn't the cop just be like, turn the fuck around, the roads are closed?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I think the Welcome Center was so close that he was just like told to get people over there. Dude, honestly, this film, there were a lot of things that happened where I guessed incorrectly. And I was pretty surprised at the end of it, where I was like, damn, I really didn't expect any of the things that happened to happen.
You didn't expect anything, like literally not one thing. You're like, I bet that's gonna happen.
No, there were a couple things, but like for example, when she got to the Welcome Center and you see that dude Lars who has the long like emo hair listening to headphones by himself, immediately I'm like, okay, that guy, he's probably up to no good because in my film experience, it's usually the sketchy guy who's listening to music. And then we find out there's, that's his van with the girl in it.
Right, and I felt like that was almost a little too on the nose. It was like, "Oh, okay, so the creepy guy is creepy, cool." Totally saw the other guy, I can't remember his name, not Lars, but,
The nice dude, nice guy.
yeah, well, what the hell is his name? Hold on, let me find it here. Ash. I was like, I completely knew Ash was gonna be an asshole right when he was like, "Yeah, I bet, like, maybe he's got a gun," and, like, all these things. I was just like, "That guy's bad." But the old lady at the end did not see that at all.
Didn't see that at all. I thought the Allstate guy would have a bigger role. I feel like they literally were just like, "Hey, get someone who's like get someone who we know their face." And the Allstate guy was like, "Well, I don't really do much else," and they just put him there because he didn't do shit.
Well, no, I thought about this, dude, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, he was the president in 24. He's got such a recognizable voice and face. Dude, think about, like, as an actor, what he has to do in this movie. It's like, all right, you're probably going to be on set for like 4 days. It's all indoors. You don't have to leave any place. You get killed pretty quick. Like, dude, this is probably just a paycheck movie for him,
Oh
you
yeah, but
know?
I expected him like I thought maybe he would have a gun and he had to like help the girl, or maybe he would be the main bad guy. But yeah, dude, literally it turned out besides the main girl, everyone in there was bad except for her and the Allstate guy.
I know.
So basically, the older woman, which was his wife, used to be a nurse, but then she retired from it, and she's babysitting this girl who was pretty rude.
Yeah.
She seemed like a little brat, and her parents were very wealthy, and she somehow met these two younger dudes
Online.
online, right? I might have missed that. And
Yeah.
she basically concocted this idea, which was, hey, I know her schedule. We're gonna capture her, and then we'll just like hold her for a ransom for 2 million and then return her. And it seemed like a good plan.
I mean, yeah, but she was getting conned in the process. They're like, well, we're just gonna take this girl and sell her to Uncle Kenny or whatever the hell they were gonna do.
Yeah. And it would have worked too if it wasn't for that pesky heroin addict.
Oh my god. I mean, it's kind of weird though, because like the whole movie is about Darby getting to her mom, and then this whole other thing just happens to her, and that's kind
And
of what I
then
liked
yeah.
about it.
And then her mom dies anyway.
Well, did she?
It said she passed, yeah.
Oh, because I thought that Ash was just being an asshole, and he just read that, but it wasn't what it actually said. It was like the cops are on their way or whatever. He's like, "Oh, your mom died." He's like, "Fuck, the cops are coming."
Oh, I don't know. Dude, there were some scenes where I was kind of just like blanking. Dude, I don't know. There were so many funny parts where, like, me personally, like, okay, so there's a little girl in a van, right? You imagine you don't know anyone in this welcome center. There's the two young kids, the wife and the husband. And so you're thinking to yourself, because we don't know in the beginning that the two kids are working together, which
Yeah.
I was completely blown away. I was like, oh shit, like the nice dude's friends with this creepy dude. And so I'm thinking to myself, what would I do in this situation? There's three separate parties of people, which means everyone's driving their own vehicle, right? So if you look in the parking lot plus your car, there should be four vehicles. So
Okay.
she looks in the parking lot. There's one van,
Well, three, because the Lars and Ash came together, didn't
but we
they?
we don't know that though in the very
No.
beginning.
Right.
They pretend like they don't know each other. So if you walk into this welcome center and there's three cars in the parking lot, but four separate parties, wouldn't something click?
Right.
Somebody carpooled.
You'd think that what's his face? The Allstate guy would have been like, "Hey, like, how did you get here? Like, why is there there's two of you, but one car?" Like
Right.
that,
So either somebody walked or
right.
somebody's carpooling. I would have
Mhm.
just been like, "Hey, whose van is that?"
Right. I mean, but also like you're not expecting anything to be wrong. You know, like, you're just like, "Oh, it's a snowstorm. We're not going to Reno tonight." Like, that's, like, what you're thinking. You're not expecting, "Hey, there's possibly, like, a child slave in a car." You
Mm.
know? That's not, like, your first thought probably. And then Darby is a drug addict, so, like, her brain is probably also not focused on, like, what's going on around her. Also, you're right. The powder she found or whatever in that guy's car, we don't know what that is. She just passed out. Like, she's that desperate of a drug addict, she'll just take anything she finds, you know?
Yeah. So she's probably tired. She's also just getting over withdrawals. But like, I don't know. She was playing this very like trying to get information in the poker game and asking like the dumbest questions. She's like, who's going where? Where were you guys headed? Just ask who here's from Nevada.
Right.
Hey, I saw Nevada play. Who lives in Nevada?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, there were holes. There were holes, but like overall, it's a quick movie that just kind of keeps you engaged the whole time.
It was engaging.
It slowed off towards the end a little bit. You're right. I was not expecting the Allstate guy to get shot. Like, and I thought he was going to come back at the end and be like, Allstate's always on your side, and like kill somebody. But
There were multiple scenes where I laughed when she tried calling and she has no service, and she was like, "Oh, Ash, like, did you try calling it?" And she was like, "I have no service." And I was just thinking, like, well, how do you know he doesn't have a different provider? Like, maybe she doesn't have service.
is that a thing though? Like, I mean, I don't remember snowstorms making cell reception like be affected. I don't remember
Well,
that.
I think it's just because they were kind of in the middle of nowhere in the mountains.
Yeah.
But for example, like if you have Verizon and I have
Yeah.
AT&T, just because I don't have service doesn't mean you don't have service.
Right, it's like there's 4 people there, like, the odds of them all having the same cell rece yeah, and why there's no phone or radio in the visitor center of a very, weather hazard kinda place? I don't know. Why didn't the cop go check on him too? Like, here's the other thing, they're just random people in a clubhouse or whatever, or, like, this visitor center. What if they just are robbing stuff? We don't know who these people are. They're like, "Oh, well, we don't want them to freeze to death, so go stay there." No, be like, "No, the road's closed, turn around, go back down the hill, stay at the town." Don't go stay at this random little place that you guys could be whatever, you steal the couches in there for all we know. And then you come back, you're like, ah, shit, they stole everything. I
I'm
don't
just thinking too, like the cop who I'm assuming the cop pulled these people over and he was like, "Hey, the roads are bad. You should go to the welcome center over there." And I'm thinking to myself, like, did he pull over this van and he rolled the window down and there's a girl 3 feet away? And he's like, "Yeah, everything looks good over here. Head on over to
right.
that welcome center."
It's like you've got basically like the wannabe bad guys from Home Alone in this van just pulling up, and they're like, "You guys look like nice guys. Go on up to the visitor center. Like, what are you guys doing here?" I don't know. Like, I want to see that scene. I want to see the scene where the cops like, why didn't he question those guys? And the girl didn't scream. And I don't know. I also want to see, like, I'm sorry, that little girl making a TikTok video. Yeah, that girl sucks, but like, you're not gonna fucking ruin her life. Come on, you're not gonna kidnap her. Yeah, that was stupid. Where she's talking to her husband, the guy's like, "I had a plan. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're stealing little girls with guys you met on the internet? Like, Jesus
Dude,
Christ, I had a
when
plan."
when he said that, when he said I had a plan, my mind immediately created this like commercial where when she was like, "Yeah, we lost all our retirement," and he was like, "I had a plan. I got a job at Allstate. Like I'm selling insurance."
He's like, "The first commercial's coming out in 2 weeks, and then it's a national campaign, baby. I'm the face of all state." It's just
And
like,
she's
"You
like, "Oh,
idiot."
it's too late now."
Like, "I'm getting paid 2 million a commercial, you idiot." Like, yeah. I wanna know how they met too. How did those 2 meet?
I don't know. She used to be a nurse. He was in the Marines. They may have said it.
Yeah,
But basically, like this movie, it started off pretty slow, and like in the middle, kind of like middle-ish, it just skyrocketed with intensity. Like the second we found out Ash was bad, he somehow rigged the nail gun to be like fully automatic, and the other dude Lars has a gun, and they're burning the place. They're putting gas everywhere. The girl breaks out of the van. Like a lot happens.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you there's a lot of, like, twists, like, a lot of you're like, "Oh, Ash is bad. Oh, Lars does have this girl kidnapped. Oh, the girl is gonna die if she doesn't get medicine." Never heard of Addison's disease either, I'm learning things.
Apparently, if she gets too excited, she dies from her own adrenaline.
Which pretty sure she'd be a little excited being tied up in a van and freaking out, thinking I'm gonna die. My adrenaline would be up there.
She was just laying in the back there, duct taped, and I'm sure Lars was just like, "It's okay, it's okay, like calm down."
Right, he's like, "I'll
Just
get you snacks. You want Funyuns? I got snacks." Like, yeah, it was weird. And then you see Ash and Lars, they have this like weird relationship where it's like, Lars is a little like messed up in the head. So like, he's my buddy, like kind of guy. It was,
I gotta look out for him.
yeah, it was weird. Easily could make a sequel out of this though.
I mean, what would the sequel be?
Uncle Kenny.
Uncle Kenny's like, "You killed my nephew."
Uncle Kenny's coming back for revenge, dude.
He just calls Darby. He's like, "I want that girl."
Yeah, seriously, dude. They could totally like everyone's dead except for Darby. Darby's sister's involved now, so we have a new cast of characters. Darby's got the scar. Dude, that nail gun scene. Whoa. With the arm.
Oh, dude. First of all, yeah, when he nailed her arm there and she was trying to like at first move her arm to rip
Yeah,
it out of the nail. I was
what
like,
an
don't do
idiot.
it. I was like, don't do it that way.
I know.
That's the worst way to do it. And then she took what the fuck did she take? More of that drug?
No. She just like she starts pulling her arm, then she gets a little girl to go get the hammer, which I'm sorry, but like Ash, look over 1 foot and be like, "Oh, there's a hammer right there. I should probably like take that."
No,
Like,
dude, she snorted something. I think she had some of that drug left.
oh,
And like I played the Popeyes theme song in my head,
oh
and
my God.
she snorted, and I was like, "Brr-brr-brr-brr," and she got like the spinach strength and just ripped the nail out.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, she's like, come on over here, help me out.
I
Yeah, dude.
mean, it was a cool story of someone that I did not expect to ever be like this action little girl savior who killed those two dudes and saved the girl, and it was a different story.
Yeah, she was resourceful. She used everything she had around her, including her sexuality, Justin. She made out with the guy to get information or whatever, to hide.
Yeah, that scene where she was in the bathroom and the lady was like, "You can tell me if something's wrong." I would have just whispered and been like, "Hey, listen, like." Well, that I mean, that was a catch-22 because I would have told her like, "Hey, does your husband have a gun? Like these two are bad." But then she was in on it, so it wouldn't
Right.
have helped anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, no, they played that off. The old lady really completely surprised me. That's when I was like, good job, movie. And then the cops, I don't know. What? Oh, yeah. So they came back again because she texted. The text went through. Cops come back and then immediately get killed.
Yeah, they sent the one cop there. He got shot in the head. What do you think though? Like, is it too much of a coincidence that the old lady and her husband are at the welcome center with also the two kids who have the girl? Like, did they plan this out?
That's the thing. That's why we need a sequel. We need Uncle Kenny to be like, the plan went wrong. And then they can show how those people got there. So it's like a prequel sequel kind of movie. We can
Okay.
see because, yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why they're all there. Yeah, the storm's too convenient. I don't know. If Uncle Kenny really needs this girl that bad, send a fucking Hummer up there and go pick him up or something. I don't know. It's a little weird. That's the one thing where I'm kind of like, I just need a little bit more for this to just completely make sense. But again, still pretty impressed by this movie. I mean, I don't know. Oh yes, Shaggy said the CGI sucked. That was the car driving on the highway right in the beginning?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, you know what? It's cool that they're doing this. That like, because the scene where she's driving to the cabin or whatever, I'm pretty sure that was all CGI.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was expecting, well, not expecting, but I was really hoping that at the end, when like you kept finding out, it reminded me of South Park when they were like, "I broke the dam," and everyone was just saying they broke the dam because you find out Lars is the bad dude, and then Ash is like, "I'm also in on it," and then the old lady's like, "I'm also in on it," and I was just waiting for Darby to kill everyone, and it's just her and the little girl, and the little girl grabs the gun, holds it to her head, and she's like, "I'm also in on
Oh
it."
my
Like,
God.
and Darby's like, "I don't understand," and she's like, "Isn't it obvious? I kidnapped myself for
It's
$2 million."
like, Jesus. All right, this movie's off the rails now. No, I think it would have been so funny if the girl's like, "Can I see your phone?" She's like, "Yeah, of course." And like hands it to her. And the girl just like, "Hey guys, like, what's up?" And she starts like TikToking or whatever. She's like, "I killed my nanny." Like, whatever.
Dude, that'd be so funny. And she's like, "Isn't it obvious, you fool? I held myself ransom so that my parents would give me $2 million."
Oh my God.
I was the one who concocted this whole plan.
Jesus Christ. It's just a huge catfish documentary. It's just, yeah, so many people died. Yeah, this, I don't know. So how do you think it ends though? Do you think so? Darby's mom is dead. The sister comes to visit her at her rehab center. So how long do you think it's been since the whatever cabin incident to now she's back in rehab, like, making smiley faces at the girl who's like, haha, you tell the same bullshit story. How far do you think that?
Well, Darby says it's been 48 days since.
Oh, right.
So I'm assuming she went back like the next day, and now it's been like almost 2 months that she's actually like completing rehab. I mean, yeah, a good sequel could be the next one starts with her being like, I graduated, and she's literally leaving the
I
building.
graduated.
I graduated the drug class, and you just see like the camera from across the street, and it's like two guys in a car, and they're like, "That's the bitch," and like
Right.
it's Uncle Kenny and someone, and they're like, "Well, let's get her," and then I don't know, they're like tracking her and her sister, and something happens. I don't know.
Dude, I love that because like this character things just happen to her. So like I kind of like that where it's like, okay, she finishes rehab, she graduates from rehab, she gets her diploma, and she leaves rehab. And then yeah, her and her sister are like, all right, let's go live a life together. But then Kenny and the goons are following her. I love that. Dude, that's a good idea. It's like seriously, no exit. Like that's
This time there's actually no exit.
like
too.
last time there was, this time there really is no exit. An original Hulu film.
Dude, that old lady looks so familiar. She's in so many movies.
Yeah, I know. I looked her up to the older woman.
Dicky?
Dale Dickey, yeah. I noticed her in
She's in so many movies.
I know, she just has that face, that, like, I smoked a lot face.
I've been smoking 2 packs of Marlboros for 40 years.
Well, I looked her up because she's, like, only 60?
Is she?
She's 60, dude, and I'm kinda like, "You look a little older than 60." Like, not in a bad way. Alright,
But also not in a good way. No, just kidding.
okay, so she was in My Name is Earl. That's probably where you recognize her. You like that show, right?
I do like I forgot his name, Jason whatever.
Oh, she was in Vice Principals. That's probably where I've seen her. I love that show. Yeah, I mean, she was great. I thought all the acting was actually pretty good. Like it really was. Oh, she's in Breaking Bad. Oh my god, dude, she's remember the person that gets killed by the ATM in Breaking Bad? Remember the junkies or whatever? With a little kid? Oh, dude, I think that's her. Ooh. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't bad for a Hulu film. I received a few comments on Twitter that, it wasn't too entertaining, hard to watch, not that great. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's not a masterpiece, but I mean, way worse out there. Have you seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022?
Yeah, guys, if you have, you should listen to our episode, which came out last Friday.
What a shameless plug.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, yeah, I don't know. I would check it out. I mean, it's not a horror movie.
At a 10?
I think a 6.5 is pretty fair. 6.8. We'll get closer to 7.
Wow.
It's
almost a 7?
Fuck, you're at 6.5. 6.5. 6.5.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a flat 6.
Okay.
If you have Hulu and you have literally nothing else to watch, which would be hard to believe because there's a lot of stuff on Hulu. If you just like, okay suspense movies, check it out.
Yeah, it's not gonna reinvent the wheel, but it's also, yeah, if you have Hulu, I wouldn't pay like money for this, but well, I wouldn't go see it in theaters and pay like $12, but if it's just here, yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah. And for those who listen, let us know if you want more Shaggy segments.
Yeah, I know. He loves doing it. Well, anyways, I guess that's about it for No Exit. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't had a chance yet, we did our 100th anniversary of Nosferatu last Monday. And then this upcoming Monday, we have The Vigil. So get ready for that. All right, Justin, you have a good week. I know the Olympics are over. I don't know what you're going to do with yourself, but, have fun.
All right.